Hi guys, I just thought I'd bring you a makeup tutorial today on someone else just because it wasn't working out on myself. So today is just a quick tutorial on just some makeup because I know you guys were wanting it so much. So here's a makeup tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is just carve out the brows using the Revolution concealer. It's just a flat Morphe brush. Will try and name some of the brushes, but I don't think I'm going to get very far with it. So yeah, I'm just taking a flat brush and carving out the brows and using this as a base. I'm then just going to take a fluffy brush, just blend out the excess concealer on round about it, just so it's not too harsh. I forgot to mention, I'm just taking the P. Louise base mixed in with this Revolution concealer just because I feel like it adds a lot of pigment when you put on your shadows. I like to kind of pat it on instead of like rubbing it in, just because I feel like the shadows sit on top so much nicer. Just make sure I get rid of all the creases and there's no creases there. I'm then just taking this little Real Techniques brush and I'm just taking the Stacey Marie Carnival palette. I love this palette, it's so pigmented. I'm just taking a mix between the colours Wasted and Liqueur just to make this kind of deep purple. I felt like the Wasted wasn't being pigmented enough, so mixing it with the Liqueur just made the perfect purple for me. So I'm just taking this just below the crease, just because I like to start off with the darkest colour and then bring it up to the lightest, because I feel like that's obviously, have you been living under a rock if you know that, if you don't know, that's how everyone does it now. So yeah, I'm just taking that colour just under the crease. I'm not going to worry about blending. Blending's not a big concern right now because we'll get round to that. I'm then just taking an even smaller brush. This is just by Dress Up. I couldn't even tell you what one it was. And I'm going to take the shade Wifey. This is just a pink shade. I'm just, again, not really worrying about blending, but I'm kind of softening the edges of the purple. I forgot to mention as well, when I'm putting on colours, I like to pat them on, like pack them, and then I like to blend them out softly. I just feel like it gives a really intense pigment and works out so much better. I'm then taking this fluffy Morphe brush and I'm just taking a tiny bit of the shade Funky and I'm just sort of blending out that pink again. This looks as if it's really high and looks really silly just now, but once the whole face is done, also by the way, my nephew did want to keep popping into the video, but once it's kind of all finished, the full face is done, it tends to look so much better. So always trust the process. Okay, so just gone back in with that Real Techniques brush with that purple shade, the two mixtures. I'm just softening out that kind of purple shade and blending it closer to the pink, as well as just adding a little bit more pigment to it. I feel like when you start to blend out colours, the pigmentation kind of tends to wear off. So just going back in with the shade just to really pack on the colour and make sure it's super pigmented. I'm just doing the same as everything I'm doing on the first eye on the other eye. I'm just going back and forth between the fluffy brush for the pink and the smaller brush for the purple, just so I keep like going blending, coming back to it. Just keep doing it until you feel like it's kind of to your satisfaction. Just keep going on with colours. It is a process, it takes time, it doesn't just happen. So I just like to keep going back in, fixing imperfections and getting it to my standard. Then just going in with that flat Morphe brush that we used at the start, I'm just carving out a sort of spotlight eye. That's the kind of eye look we're going for today. So I'm just going just above her natural crease, just because she does have a wee bit of hooded eyes. Just going above the natural crease just to create so you can actually see the look. Then going back in with the purple and just softening the edges, just because we don't want that big harsh line. Love the harsh line when it comes to the top of the crease where it's supposed to be just cut, but the sides I just like it nice and soft. So I'm just doing the same on the other eye, just kind of applying the concealer. By the way, this is the Revolution concealer that I'm using for this, in shade 1. So yeah, I'm just using shade 1 concealer and then just buffing out at the sides. As you can see, it gets a lot softer. I'm then going in with the Gatsby pigment from Peaches and Cream. I love this, it's such a nice gold. I love these pigments because they look like glitters, but they don't need any glue or nothing. They just stick on and they stay on all night. This is a really nice gold shade. So all I'm doing is just taking any kind of brush, just kind of making sure I stick to where the sharp line is, and then just putting it anywhere kind of on the lid of where we've put the concealer. Then again, just going back in with the purple shade and just softening the edges because it makes everything look so much less harsh and so much more seamless. Just taking the Collection mascara, which is such a good mascara, but I'm just taking it on this little spoolie. These spoolies I just get from Amazon or eBay. They're really cheap, just about £1, obviously just for hygiene reasons when it comes to clients. So I'm just taking this mascara wand, just putting some mascara on the top lashes. I'm then taking these lashes. These lashes are red cherry lashes. I can't actually remember the style of them, but I did get them off eBay. They are so good. They look so thick and fluffy, so I love these for such a dramatic look. So I'm just applying the lashes as close to the lash line as possible, and then just fixing any imperfections with the lash. I'm then going in with that really dark purple shade that we took, and I'm just taking it on an angled brush and just kind of putting it on as liner. While I do this, I just take the brush and like to make sure the eyelashes are pressed right into the eye and sitting perfectly. I like to use this kind of like a purple smoked liner out instead of like a black. I feel like it just looks so much nicer as the colours kind of blend together. And we weren't really going to go for an eyeliner, but I feel like some sort of colour at the lash line does help the eyelashes really blend in. I'm then taking that same concealer just on a fluffy brush and just taking it underneath the eyes. This is just so I can do bottom eyeshadow. I feel like it's so much better to do before foundation instead of getting eyeshadow all over your foundation, and it's so much easier to clean up when there's no foundation obviously there. So I'm just taking that, and then I'm just going to go in with the same shades. So just that dark purple shade, I'm just taking it on like a flat kind of brush, and I'm just taking it right underneath the lash line just to kind of make it look nice and deep. Once I've done that, I'm going to go in with another brush which is quite fluffy and go in with the pink shade that we use. So it's just the same colours on the top as it is on the bottom. So now we're just taking that pink shade, smoking out the purple a little and just making it look kind of blended, and just doing the exact same on the other eye. Going back in with that fluffy brush, just the one that we used to add the concealer at the bottom, I'm just going right underneath the colour and just getting rid of any kind of smudges. I then go in with a wipe just to take off all that excess concealer, because I do like to put on a primer and a foundation instead of just blending it into my foundation. I'm then going to go in with the Inglot gel liner, the black one, and I'm just taking it on the waterline just with a small brush. I feel like a black really suits this eye colour as it's so dark and grungy. Just taking a brand new spoolie and the same Collection mascara, I'm just adding some mascara to the bottom lashes. Always make sure you take a new spoolie when doing clients, because you don't like to take the same wand and dip it into the mascara as it's just so unhygienic. I'm then just going to take this All Hours YSL primer. It's such a good primer, works for every skin type, it's so good. Works so well with the YSL foundation, which we'll also be using as well, but it works good with any foundation. I would normally use a brush to do this, but as it's just a close friend, we don't really need to. I'm then going to take this YSL All Hours foundation. As I said, please ignore the foundation match, as she was going to go home and put on some fake tan, so I did make it darker than our actual skin. But yes, it's just a YSL All Hours foundation. It's so good because it has good coverage, but it's not too much coverage, it's not too full. So I'm just blending all of this in with a Primark foundation brush. I'm then just going to take the Revolution concealer again and just put it in the usual places to highlight. I'm then just going to take that small brush just so I can get right around the eyeshadow without kind of ruining it, and then I'm just going to take the other side of the Primark brush and it's just kind of smaller, and I'm just blending out all the concealer. Then just taking the same Primark brush, I'm taking the Revolution foundation stick just to cream bronze. I'm not cream contouring, I'm cream bronzing, so it just means it doesn't need to be too precise. It's just to really warm up the skin. I love this foundation stick, it's so good, it blends in so seamlessly and easy. It works well with any foundation as well. This is the shade F13, just for any reference. I do tend to use mainly this colour on all clients, so it does work with loads of different skin tones. But yeah, I then just keep swapping sides from the Primark brush to the small side to the larger side, just to kind of make sure everything's buffed out properly and looks seamless. I'm then just taking a Revolution highlighter just in the inner corners just to really make them pop. I'm just taking a small brush for this. Then going in with the RCMA powder. I tend to use this brush for like everything, but I'm just using the RCMA no colour powder just to kind of set the face. I don't really bake as I feel like it can cause flashback. So this is just a close-up of like the eyeshadow. I'm then going in with this brush. This is just from Savers. I love it, but I'm just using it to really bronze up the skin. I'm then going in to the eyebrows, and I'm using the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Chocolate. I'm using this Morphe brush. It's got a spoolie on one side and it's just a really flat angled brush on the other side, and I'm just really drawing in the brows. I always ask my clients how they like their brows before I do them. Some like them really big, some like them really thin, so the way they look is always the preference to the way the client likes them. So she just wanted kind of thick brows but rounded at the arch, faded at the front and just bold, so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm then going in with the My Lottie London Tan Time Bronzer just because I felt like I didn't really put enough on and didn't have it all blended. So I'm just going in with that bronzer, just kind of bronzing up the cheeks. I do go round, fix all the imperfections as well. Just a little bit down the nose. I'm not properly contouring the nose just as the client doesn't like that. So I'm just taking the bronzer, and then I'm then taking the Revolution highlighter. I honestly don't know what shade it is, but it's a really nice gold highlighter, and I'm just taking it all in the usual places. I'm then just taking a Barium lip liner. This is just a really nice nude colour, and just outlining the lips. Once I've done that, I'm going to take the MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick and just fill in the middle to follow on with that. I'm then going to take the Peaches and Cream gloss. I'm not sure what shade it is, but it's just a really nice nude colour just to go over on top, just to make the lips look a bit more glossy. So this is the finished look, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe.